Hi everyone, this video is designed to accompany the midterm exam for the foundations block during the summer of 2014. I know midterm exams are usually taken at midterm. However, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm distributing the exam at midterm to provide you with the rest of the class to collect your thoughts, reflect, and thoughtfully consider your answers. So, your midterm exam is due on July 6th at the end of the course. And one caveat to add, um, I'm really not going to be checking Dropbox until around my second or third, maybe fourth cup of coffee on July 7th, as I'm celebrating the fact that most of you are still in class and I'm not. I'm enjoying summer. So late penalties will not begin until that moment on July 7th when I check Dropbox. So, a couple of things before we get started. Just like everything else in this course, this activity is designed for you and not for me. I'm helping you to think about your learning experiences in the block as preparation for future learning. This is the foundation block. In order to do well on this, it's essential that you thoughtfully consider what you know, what you kind of know, and what you're really going to need to know in order to move forward. So, this exam, so to speak, is an opportunity for you to have space to think about what do you currently know about being a professional educator and where are you going to need to go over the next several courses in order to get where you want to be. So, in order to do that, your midterm exam is based upon select standards taken from the 10 teacher standards for teacher development and licensure in the state of Wisconsin. I've identified 6 of these standards for you to use in addressing and describing your learning over the summer and your O&P and other experiences that you've obtained during this time. I've designed your exam this way so that you can analyze the content of the courses, the supporting experiences that you've had, like I said, O&P, the conference, etc., and identify how you've leveraged these learning activities to your best advantage in preparing yourself for the classroom. So if you take a look at the exam, um, and you think it's a no-brainer and that you can just throw down a bunch of stuff off the top of your head, you're doing it wrong. You want to be thoughtful about the full spectrum of the learning experiences that have been involved in these courses, yes, intro and pluralism, and include O&P, the orientation meeting we had, our face-to-face meetings, online content, meeting and working with each other, the conference, struggling through D2L, all of that. It's all appropriate. So let's turn to the content of the exam. The very first standard that I've brought into the exam is that teachers know the subjects that they're teaching. A description of the standard is as follows. The teacher understands the central concepts, tools of inquiry, and structures of the disciplines she or he teaches and can create learning experiences that make these aspects of the subject matter meaningful for pupils. The question you need to answer in association with that standard is, in what ways have you connected the course content, course experiences, and especially your O&P experiences to improving your understanding of how to teach in your specific content area? The next question for you to answer. As you know, your journey to becoming an amazing teacher is just starting. Provide a list of several professional development goals you have for yourself in this area of being able to teach in your discipline. So there's 1, 2, 3 spots for you to provide an answer. The next questions will be provided off of these following two standards. Number 2, teachers understand that children learn differently. A description of this standard is that the teacher understands how pupils differ in their approaches to learning and the barriers that impede learning, and can adapt instruction to meet the diverse needs of pupils, including those with disabilities and exceptionalities. Number 3, teachers are able to plan different kinds of lessons. A description of this standard is that the teacher organizes and plans systematic instruction based upon knowledge of subject matter, pupils, the community, and curriculum goals. Now, this ties very, very strongly with one of the essays that you need to write for your portfolio. That's the sociocultural analysis. So you should be taking some content out of there, and you should be using that as a tool to reflect upon your answers for these questions. So here's an explanation for what I'm looking for in your answer. Throughout both intro and pluralism, we've talked a lot about adapting instruction to meet the needs of diverse student populations. You should, for this question, provide a descriptive list of at least 3 things in this area that you learned a great deal about during these courses. So hint, if you don't think you have, you need to get started on that right away. Once you've identified these areas, describe why this is an important trait, an important ability, an important understanding, or an important approach for a teacher to have in order to be effective in the classroom with all students.